Thank you. In fact, after the judging briefing last year in the Melbourne, I start to focus my attention how to combine the benefit of a flatbed Brewers with the clarity and bright acidity of Conical One. And after 8 months of not stopping work, research, and test, I can finally introduce to you today the D1 Brewers. These Brewers has a flat bottom part for more consistent extraction, more sweetness and better mouthfeel. But thanks to 66 degrees angle shape, it has also the clarity and bright acidity typical of Conical One. It has also 2 rings. The first one is inside the Brewers. This ring holds the filter paper, creating a room, a space between the filter paper and the bottom part of the Brewers. In this way, judges, the water flow can be faster, and I'm going to avoid to stuck the water, especially in the last part of extraction. The other ring is under the Brewers. This ring allowed me to add these accessories to my Brewers to convey all the brewed coffee in a frozen bowl. In fact, I'm going to cool down the first 50 grams of my extraction coffee. Have been demonstrated by the Zurich University the importance of chili compounds to capture more volatile aroma into this server. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to use these brew methods to brew one of the most incredible cup of coffee I ever experienced in my life. It's a blend of 2 coffees. The first one is the new lot of 709 from Jensen Coffee. It's a geisha variety. It's growing in the Vulcan area, 1,100 meters on the sea level. This coffee, judges, is a perfect example of combination of variety, terroir, and process. 96 hours of fermentation, 70 days of drying process make this geisha so unique for clarity, complexity, and fruitiness. You can enjoy yellow and tropical fruits, and I'm using 60% of this coffee in my blend. The other coffee, it's a Colombian coffee. It's a Eugenioides coffee. I discovered this coffee thanks to my friend of Immaculata team. This coffee growing in the Cauca region at 1,900 meters on the sea level. It has a natural, unique, incredible sweetness. And thanks to a natural process, it has also guava and red fruit notes. And I'm using 40% of this coffee in my blend. I choose this percentage not only to highlight its body and to balance acidity, bitterness, sweetness, but because I believe this is the best percentage to highlight the characteristic of these 2 coffee together. I'm using 16 grams of coffee for 260 grams of water, and I'm dividing in 4 pours, 50 grams of blooming and 3 pours of 70 grams each. The water temperature that I'm using is 92 degrees in the first 2 pours to extract more sweetness, body, and flavors from my coffee. And then in the last 2 pour, judges, I'm using 90 degrees to highlight the clarity and the bright acidity of this blend. The water that I'm using, it's 85 TDS water made by 12 ppm of magnesium, 5 ppm of calcium, and 0.6 ppm of potassium. I found, judges, this is the best water recipe to highlight flavors, acidity, and sweetness from this blend. I would like you now keep note of the aroma of my coffee. The aroma of my coffee is high intensity. It's complex and elegant. You can find raspberry, strawberry, sweet, ripe peach, and vanilla. I would like now, take your time, you keep note of the flavor of my coffee. The flavor of my coffee is high intensity in all its temperature phases, from hot to cold. When hot, you can find raspberry, strawberry, ripe sweet peach, and vanilla. You can also start to taste a bit of guava, but it's up front in the warm stage. In fact, when it's warm, you can find the guava. You can still find raspberry. You can enjoy tropical fruit, has pineapple. And the sweet, ripe peach change and becomes white peach. And then when it's cold, this is my favorite temperature for sweetness and complexity. You can find raspberry, guava, pineapple. But it's beautiful to see how the white peach now changed again and became peach iced tea. Okay, judges. I will give you later more information about my coffee, but now it's time to smell the aroma. So please, swirl the server very well, at least 3 times, and smell the aroma directly from it. Please enjoy, and thank you so much. Can I? Thank you. Can I? Thank you. And thank you. As promised, I want to give you now more information about this coffee, and I want to start from the aftertaste. The aftertaste is medium-high intensity. It's long and pleasant. When hot, reminds you raspberry. When warm, reminds you pineapple. And when it's cold at room temperature, it reminds you peach iced tea. The acidity. The acidity, judges, is a lovely mix of malic and citrus acidity. When sweet, when hot, it's sweet and a medium intensity, and it reminds you red fruit has raspberry. But then when it's warm and cold, it's still sweet, but it's vibrant and brilliant, and it reminds you white peach with a medium-high intensity. This coffee, it's so sweet, with a high sweetener in all its temperature phases, and it reminds me marshmallow sweetness. I really love also the body and the mouthfeel of this coffee. It's a medium-high mouthfeel and body. It's round and smooth when hot, and then when it turns warm and cold, it's juicy, like a pineapple juice, judges. This coffee, it's so balanced in all his phases, from hot to cold. I personally love how gently it moved from sweet when hot to a pleasant acidity when it turns cold. I would like you to enjoy the overall and the complexity of this coffee, to drink directly from the cup. All this information are writing in front of you, so if I'm talking a little bit too fast, you can take note from there. You know, judges, there are so many incredible coffee in the world. But what I try to do today is not to find the best coffee. What I try to do today is to find my combination of beans, water, and technique in order to deliver it to you just my idea of specialty coffee. Michael Savage from Coffee Technology one day said, "Brewing should be considered a personal taste adventure." I believe brewing is much more. Brewing is sharing of ideas, emotions, and judges' experiences. And for this reason, I believe that brewing should be considered a beautiful coffee community taste adventure. Judges, enjoy your coffee, and this is my time.
And give it up for Giacomo Vannelli from Italy.